Welcome back to the Deep End. And today we have a special bonus episode. I'd like to introduce my friend and a lovely, lovely person, absolutely brilliant. One of those kind of people that has a certification in absolutely everything. She is a yoga teacher, a massage therapist, a registered nurse, and now she's also an acupuncturist. And I'm sure that I've missed a whole lot in there too. When I needed somebody to talk about the idea of energy, what does energy mean in traditional Chinese medicine, Alana absolutely jumped to mind. So she is so kind with no real preamble. The only question that I asked her was, what is energy in traditional Chinese medicine? So she provided the following. And enjoy it. And what we're going to do is give this as the beginning, and then I plan to do a more full interview with her soon. Welcome to the Deep End and enjoy Alana DeBow. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Alana DeBow, and I am a licensed acupuncturist here in St. Augustine, Florida. And Heather is a dear friend and colleague, and I'm so pleased that she asked me to be a part of this podcast to share and educate everyone listening. So thank you for listening. So the conversation we're having today is about qi, or what we call in our world energy. The Chinese call it qi. So to understand qi, you have to first understand a little bit about nature. So in our natural world, the entire world is built on what we would call energy. It's what makes the sun rise and the flowers bloom. And it also, when something dies, it's because of a lack of energy, essentially, that form begins to break down and go back into the earth, whereby later, through absorption of the natural world, that same tree may eventually, the energy that's decomposing will eventually become another tree, because an acorn will use the earth, which is full of dead leaves and dead plants, to use that energy to essentially then become another tree. Essentially, qi cannot be destroyed. Energy can't be destroyed, but it can take many forms. And this is an important fundamental aspect of Chinese medicine. So human beings have energy, right? So essentially, the way that they look at it is that we are born with something called Jing. So Jing is the energy that's found within your DNA. It is the energy which helps the embryo to grow, and it's the energy that is the foundational energy of all the other energy in your body. And so this Jing allows life to happen for you, and it can be transformed into other things that you may need. For example, if you are working really hard and you're not getting enough sleep and you're not eating a very healthy diet, then your body, because it still needs to work, will essentially tap into your Jing, your little qi bank account or energy bank account, to continue living. And when all the Jing that you have is used up, then you die essentially and go back to the earth. So some believe that you can't create Jing. You only have so much Jing. However, you can create energy, even though it's not coming through Jing, by getting a good amount of rest, by eating healthy foods that nourish you, because food essentially is also energy. And so depending upon the intensity of the nutritional value of the food can give you quite a bit more energy than another food. For example, eating a fresh home-cooked meal is going to give you more energy than eating something from McDonald's, for example. There's other ways that human beings can take in energy. We can take in energy from our external environment through walking in nature. Having peaceful sleep helps our energy. Eating healthy foods helps our energy. And this energy essentially allows us to go about our lives with momentum, because energy creates movement always. In Chinese medicine, the jing and the energy becomes different substances, essentially. There's substances that are heavy and dense, like your blood and your bones. Those are composed of a particular type of energy. And then there's the energy which helps your digestion, which makes you be able to think, which allows you to play and work and move around in the world. Energy also allows you to rest. It's just a different form of energy. It's a heavier, denser, more solid type of energy. So the energy that allows us to sleep, for example, is heavy and dense and nourishing. I like to think of it sort of like a soft pillow upon to rest. That is a particular type of energy. And the energy that you wake up with in the morning is also a more light and finer vibration of energy. So it moves much faster and it creates a lot more movement than something that's heavy and dense. Essentially, the Chinese believed that if you were in alignment with the natural world, meaning you wake with the sun, you go to sleep when the moon is out, you eat healthfully, you pay attention to your thoughts, the way that you show up, and allow your emotions to be well regulated and calm, that you will be in connection with the natural world, and that overall will help your energy. It will give you more energy, more nourishment, and more ability to connect with the type of life that you're destined to live. Thank you for listening. And thank you, Heather, for this wonderful podcast. And I'm looking forward to time with you all again someday in the future. Bye-bye.
Thank you again to Alana, whose website and contact information is listed in the show notes. There are a couple of things I'd like to pull out from her comments. Note how in Chinese thought, energy, qi, arises from the natural world rather than emanating from something beyond the natural world, which is more common in metaphysical, Neoplatonic, and monotheistic traditions. This is an issue in Western philosophical systems, and it grapples with something that Western thinkers inherited. Also, note how qi requires movement. Life requires movement. In Aristotelian thought, kinesis is movement, and it is an inherent part of manifest energeia. Here we have a fabulous overlap. Energy as process includes movement. In Chinese medicine, qi is observable within the natural cycles. Also notice how qi is both inherited, jing, but is also something that can be built through proper interaction with the larger world. This is something that we'll play with further in homeopathic and yogic thought. Finally, notice how, at the end, Alana discusses the energy as being a method to further the individual's purpose and existence within the natural world. This is very similar to the idea that energeia has a teleological or purposeful impulse. We don't have energetic qualities just to have them, but to fulfill certain inherent goals that are native to ourselves. This is definitely something we will play with further when we discuss the necessity of creating meaning in our own lives. So thank you for participating in this bonus episode, and we'll see you next time on The Deep End.